Uh, Whoa, man, bright. Pretty good. There we go. See. Oof. All right. Cool. Okay. So today, I'm going to give a shout out to practice. Give a shout out to the practice routine of Pebber Brown. Oh, sorry, you can see my white legs. Whiteness of the legs. Hello. Hello, people. Hello. How's your day been going? It's been going. It's just starting to get going. Every day, practice. Wake up, practice. Go to sleep, practice. In your sleep, practice. JK. Sometimes. So I'm going to be playing guitar. I'm going to be practicing guitar. That's what I do most of the time. Most of the time I do. Sorry, I'm just getting my speaking voice loosened up, vocal cords. So I start with, like to start with a, nice. Yeah, wind instruments are cool. Trombone's cool. Trombone, yeah, that's that one. So what I like to do, since I'm like completely frozen in the morning, stretch out, get the blood moving. That's good. Being in a band is good. Being in several bands is better. Oh. So yeah. Like to just stretch really quick. Don't want to pull anything. Hold each stretch for 15 to 20 seconds at least. 30 seconds is the best. Make sure you breathe while you do it. C1 Kata Otter. Oh, that okay. I can get it. Zero double T3R Otter. Yeah, I get it. What's up, Snary McKay? I'm saying that one right. Victoria Fleming, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Oh yeah, okay. Cicada. Oh yeah. Oh. So if you are a string player at any rate, you'll know that this is definitely important. Especially the older you get too, you'll feel it. Mari Perez, what up? Yeah. Shake it out. Yeah. All right. So yeah, it's pretty monotonous stuff, but it's important, I think, in the long run. So for about the past month, I've been going live for the better half of a month, and doing a daily practice routine that I have been doing over the years, but not like consistently and not every single day. So my goal is to record all these and then look back at them in a year and see if I got any better. I'm a bass player too, so I make sure to do both. And at least for an hour or two a day. Wait, can you do the Weezer riff on ukulele? Oh yeah, that's the Island in the Sun, I think you're thinking of. Down, 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 down. Let's think. Oh wow. I was thinking of Island in the Sun. And I was thinking it's got to start on a minor chord, and I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I'm getting it. This is just by ear, dude. I don't even know this song. Let's see. I think I got the first two. Whoa! That's pretty close. That is not bad for thinking of the song in your head. Thinking of a song that you know, that you've heard before a million times. Let's think. No. Almost there. That might be it. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. Can't do a song without a note of sheet music. Thank you very much. You know what? If you can give your full undivided attention to your ear, it'd be the most important thing I could give anybody. It's just practice that too. You know, when I'm even thinking like I just did with that, I'm thinking of how that song went, and I don't know where that came from really. I think it came from like relative pitch, because I have relative pitch. I don't have perfect pitch, but I guess with any song, I mean, you name it, especially if it's a popular song. give your attention to your ear. And when you're listening to a song, think of intervals. You know, if that song started out minor or major, you know, and after some time, especially on guitar, you'll be able to distinguish what is major, minor, augmented, diminished, whatever. I also have been playing for a couple months. Nice. You've been playing guitar for a couple months. That's good. Oh, trombone. Yeah, that's good too. So by your ear, what do you think this chord is right here? What intervallically laced thing is that? What is that chord? It's a very simple chord to distinguish by ear. No clue. Well, I'll tell you. Whenever you hear this note, played with the root, I'll give you a little music theory. Here's our octave. This is E. This is the note of E. We have our major third, E, F, G. G sharp in this case. That's our third. So we have our root, E, G sharp. So right there it's going to be major. This would be minor, the flat 2. Oh, sorry, flat 3. See the difference? A little more darker, like in feel. Right? But this is major. Instantly major. You can know it. When I hear that in any song or in any context, I'm like, oh, that's major. Boom. Now you throw this note in there. That one right there. It's a resonating tone. It wants to resonate. It wants to go home to the octave. That's like a pure major. But this is not minor, nor is it major. That is a major 7 chord. That's a 7th chord. Very pretty sounding too. It's probably one of my favorite chords. Major 7. I'll give you an example. So if I do these, do the same chord, same shape, but now it's in G. This is going to sound terrible, but this is the 7. That's the 7, and it wants to resolve home. It's hard to do on acoustic. But anyway, back to the boring stuff. Still not quite warmed up yet. Thank you. Yeah, it is cool. It's fun to play. It's fun to know too. The knowledge is good. The knowledge is good. And I'm not completely thorough on music theory. I would love to be, but at least I can know the basics. At least I know the basics. And more importantly, on my ear. My ear has always been my strongest. Hear any song, I could think of any song, just like the Weezer riff, out of thin air. I'm like, so sing it too. You have it in your brain. You're like, oh, okay. There's that. So I'll have to see if I'm anywhere close to right on that. I'll have to look it up. I think about the one from Buddy Holly near the end. So I don't even know what key that might be in. So, but they have a strong, like a lot of good bands, they have a strong melodies first. Oh yeah, it's gonna go like this. I have this in my brain. Oh, let's get rid of this. Yeah, see, this is a really strong melody because it's really long. It has several different parts. So, let's see. I don't even to begin with key. Standard rock would probably be E and A. So let's try E and A. Now, see, that's minor. There we go. See? Something's coming out of that. Think of the melody first, then you can think of the chords and stuff afterward. Now, see, I would not normally do that. I wouldn't normally try to just think of a song, which is great practice to do for your ear. But I wouldn't normally just think of a song like that and keep going with, yeah. Yeah, it's very hard, very challenging to not have any context with it, not any key. You know what I mean? I could be way off on that key. I just picked something simple because most rock music's in E or A or G, whatever. But you never know. They could be tuned down. Their instruments are probably tuned down. One of my favorite songs is, I used to know how to play it too. I've been too many years. I forgot it, but is the Say It Isn't So. Say It Isn't So, that's a good one. Once again, I'm not trying to think of do any of that, but I guess so. Normally, I had to click on, but I could just leave it off for now, just to get my right hand in shape. Just spend a minute or two on these. Just to warm up my right hand, pick hand. I mean, I could go right into it and just play, do stuff, but rather work on it. Now, I entitled this video the Pebber Brown practice because Pebber Brown is a teacher I found out about who taught some very famous guitar players, most notably Buckethead, who was one of my favorite guys. But Pebber Brown is great. He's a great guitar teacher. He's a great music teacher as well. So I've been based a lot of these like 1, 2, 3, 4s. just finger exercises and stuff, I've been based from Pebber. That's the very first time I ever heard it. Actually, not the very first time, but the first time I actually took a deep dive on the stuff, and then that's where I found out. I first heard of these practices when I was in music college. About 15 years ago, I went to music college. I went to MI of Hollywood. But I never really started to apply any of it in my daily practice. This is another one. Nothing really musical, just practice, just getting my fingers stronger and working on these things. That way I can know my fretboard better. So, yeah, it is pretty cool. Definitely. So, but I really hammered those. They're called permutations, and they go. First position, fifth position, and so forth in the ninth position. Right? But I did those for like 2.5 weeks, right? And I went through every permutation, which there's 24 of them. So it takes like 45 to an hour to do all of them. So I'm going to veer away from that for today and just practice a few new things. And I think this is important too for practice, is to change it up. Always change it up. And then come back. See, I just did those. I flew right through them because I was really comfortable with them. I got comfortable with them for weeks. And then now I'm going to do something and get comfortable with that. Then I'm going to go back and do that again. Probably not for so long, but I want to see where I'm at, to where I don't have to like focus too much on them, but I can get through them better and more efficiently. And that way it's sort of like, it stays in my brain longer too. You know, if you think of your brain as a big file system, and you're thinking this, oh, this belongs here, this, and then you can like pull it out anytime you want, right? Organized, compartmentalizing, introspective on your own psyche, I guess. So this is sort of my own thing. And I'll do it on bass too. Mostly it came from bass, but it is a string skipping exercise that I think would help with my string skipping abilities on guitar. So it would be splitting. It'd be like you start on a root note, and then you skip a string, and you play the next note using 1 and 3 and 2 and 4. It'd be like 1 and 2, or I'm sorry, 1 and 3, 2 and 4, 1 and 3, 2 and 4, 1 and 3, 2 and 4. Like that. Here we go. That. So then we invert them. So it would be this shape here. And then we got to invert it and switch it like this. So it's going to look like this. And we do the same with these. And we invert them. So we play it straight and then we invert it, play it backwards. So it'd be, yes, I do. Yes, the answer is yes. Totally valid. Yeah. Now on the thumbnail of this video, I put my character logo. I do character drawings. I don't have an example quite anywhere, but yeah, I do caricature drawings, like at Disneyland. It's the best way that I can describe character artwork. Disneyland. If you ever go to Disneyland or any theme park, really, they have sketch artists where you sit down and they draw your portrait. That's what I do. But I don't just do that. I do realism artwork. If you go through some of my videos, just recently I did a big 28 by 48 piece on canvas of a graveyard scene. It was pretty cool. So I can do like realism artwork. I can do pretty much all of it. Do some animations here and there. I'm not too tech savvy, but I can get by. I also have my own comic that I've been working on for a long time, since high school. It's about my high school days and my homies in my high school days. It's called the Texaco Gang, but I call it TXG for short. Texas TXG Gang, Texaco Gang. There you go. So TXG. So keep a lookout for that. I always throw little snippets of Texaco Gang out there. I haven't really quite thrust it out to the world just yet, but it's always been a work in progress. So let's go with this. How that looks, right? And then we'll do them in the whole position. So we'll do first position, fifth, ninth. This is a long one. Here we go. I like to do that like a duet comic IG with my friend in class. Very nice. We were both artists, and I'll start with character, then she'll draw her character, interacting or talking with mine, and it's really fun. Oh yeah, I used to do that all the time in high school. Are you in high school? Casado? Because yeah, that's where you get your chops. Middle school, yeah, that's where you get your chops, dude, for sure. Get your chops with your drawing, your skills. Middle school, yeah, because that time, it really defines. And if you hear what I'm saying, because I'm almost 40 years old, that's where you, it's really where you hone in on everything that's going to define you, probably for the rest of your life. So make sure you pick some good choices when it comes to your music taste, your movie taste, your books, anything you're consuming, because that will, in some way or form, it will shape you into the adult that you will be. Yeah. It most certainly did for me, though, anyway. Yeah, heck yeah. And, as long as the stuff you're into doesn't, harmful to you or anybody, then the world is yours, man. Because when I was in middle school, my thing was I was a super introverted kid. I'm still kind of an introverted adult, but anyway, I knew how to draw well, exceptionally well, and I could draw things that were like in my head, or I can draw with like sort of more of a photographic memory. I can draw my classmates, you know, in the middle of class, and instead of math and stuff like that, I wasn't paying attention to. So I would draw like what they call like collage drawings, or like a big drawing with a bunch of people in it, and I would draw my teachers and my classmates all in one page, and just to see if they got a kick out of it. And yeah, of course they always did. And then they would say, "Oh, dude, you draw me this, dude, you draw me that, dude, you know, draw me that." So I got kind of known for that. Just use your imagination, purely imagination. I think my inspiration I drew from though too was being growing up um, early with animated with animated movies and TV. Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles changed my life forever. At 2 years old, I was starting to draw Ninja Turtles and just getting shapes down. Those were easy circles. Um, and then when I saw Disney movies, Lion King, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, you can watch. That's why it's so important for actual animated movies. Either it be 3D or not, or 2D. I grew up in more of 2D era, but either way, you still get a good grasp of what perception is. You know, depth perception, value, and so if you see Ariel in Little Mermaid, she does like a twist, and you're like, whoa, how did that happen? How do they make it look so smooth like that? You start paying attention to those little nuances of like animation like that, and you know, start just using your imagination. How would this look if someone was in action or moving? And then you could just practice it, and it's going to look terrible at first, and then you start to just do it, and then it just gets better. And you know what? Even if you don't continually get better at it, you can just develop your own style. Like I'm thinking of Tim Burton right now. Tim Burton um, is not only a great director of what he did in his movies. His vision, he can see more like, what do I say, like abstractly. Like his artwork, yes, his artwork is very whimsical and childish in a good way. You know, it looks like it's all jonky and nothing's really like smooth looking about it. And that's what kind of set him apart. So he tried working for Disney, and he actually did work for Disney, but he didn't have the chops to do Disney style stuff. You know what I mean? Disney, being Walt Disney, made up, oh, this is Mickey, and anyone he hired on would have to accommodate what he drew. So you have to adapt someone else's style. Tim Burton ultimately had his own style and couldn't really get that. So they were like, yeah, Tim, you're good, but you got to do your own thing, you know? And he did, and look what he did, man. And, you know, he did that. He did The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is one of the best animated things on the planet. And he did that movie with a whole team of other people that saw his vision. And they did that with dolls and stop animation and Corpse Bride. They did all that in Frankenweenie. They did all of that by taking photographs, legit photographs, shots of each frame to make stop animation. Now that's a whole different beast, completely different animal. And I used to love that stuff too. I like that. It's like 3D animation, but it has a different quality to it. So yeah, I love animation, hands down. But it's really easy now. It's easy in some areas, and it's really difficult in some. So understanding the language of software is ultra important too. So like if you have Adobe or let's see another animation. Like right now I have Nomad Sculpt. Nomad Sculpt is a three-dimensional one, and it's just as it sounds, sculpt. So you get like a ball of clay and you can sculpt it, manipulate it every which way you want, and then you can make animations with that. You can make whatever you want with that. Mostly it's for 3D printed stuff. So I print. This is one of my characters. This is 3D printed. I designed it and then 3D printed. I don't know if you could see that very well. Boom. Yeah, 3D printed, bro. Right there. So, you can do it. And I always wanted to see my characters in a 3D form. And I finally did after so many years. Oh, it's hard to read. Sorry. Lenelson. Hi. Hello. So let's see if I can do this while talking too. I like to chat. I think South Park started their own with stop motion, but changed used computer. Yes, absolutely they did. Yes, 100% they did. And only that first episode. See, I grew up with South Park. I was your age when South Park came out. So I was in middle school age when South Park came out. That's how old I am. And when they first came out, Trey Parker, Matt Stone, they made that first episode of South Park on their own. And there's a couple different scenes in that first episode where they used early computer animation. And you can tell when you watch that first episode of South Park, the very first episode, Cartman gets anal probe. You can see when they go to a computer animated scene and then they go back to the paper because the paper stands out. They actually did it with construction paper and they took every shot. Just those two guys. They may have had like a small team of other people helping them out, but for the most part, they did all of that. And they did the voices, and then they did all the music, and then they got Les Claypool from Primus. And they reached out to him, and they recorded a song for them, and everything started out very small for them. They did not get bigger or the recognition they got until a couple years later. And in fact, when they came out, so they probably made all that in the mid 90s. So I'm guessing probably around 95, 96. They made that episode with their own two hands, which takes forever. And then by the time that came out, they were already ahead thinking of the next thing that they were going to do, which was the show. And from that point on, the show was computer animated. So they only stuck with that one episode that was actually handmade. Because they originally made the first couple videos they made in college of South Park with paper too. It's just very crude looking thing. And then that tape got copied from the original tape to the tape to the tape of the tape of the tape of the tape, which got in the hands of famous people, actors, musicians. It just spread. So yeah, this is kind of a lowdown little story of those guys. That's how it really happened. So then by the time, somewhere in 1998, Trey Parker, being a gifted musician as well, and being a fan of certain genres of music like theater and operas and stuff like that, he wanted to make a musical about South Park, which he started in 1998. And then in 1999, they were using they had from the show that they made and all the money they made from that, they put all that money, millions of dollars they put into the most top elite computer generated animation, CGI or computer generated images, and all that tech back in 1989. They used computers for they used animation software and computers that they were using in big movies like The Matrix and stuff like that. So they made this movie, South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, which is a classic movie if you like South Park. So that was sort of the arc. Yep, definitely. That was sort of the arc of their. So I'm saying is like, by the time I was out of middle school, and then like probably, actually no, I was still in middle school. I was still probably in 7th or 8th grade when the movie came out. Yeah, I was probably about 6th grade when the show came out, and then I was probably about 7th, 8th grade when the movie came out. And the movie was mind blowing, very crazy. But those guys have always been an inspiration for sure, because you can take something like a dream like that, you can take and make it bigger and bigger and bigger, and just keep going with it. Well, there's early South Park. There's early South Park, and then there's kind of in the middle South Park, and then there's most recent South Park. Now, most recent South Park I fell off of. It's I just don't really feel like they had like the jokes hit and stuff, but they kind of with being political and stuff, it was just kind of like, for me anyway. Some people might really love it, but for that matter, I haven't really been paying attention to South Park the last 10 years. I gotta be honest, I hadn't really, I don't know. Within the last decade, probably from like 2017, 2018. Yeah. Like, and I know there's some classic episodes in there I've heard, and seen highlights of and stuff like that. I guess I just wasn't really into it anymore. But like, definitely from like 6th grade when the show came out to probably high school or post high school. So by the time I was like 22, maybe like I fell off, where I wasn't watching it like constantly, or I'd see reruns or something like that. Ooh, favorite one comes to mind is I think it was season 10 or 11, where they did that whole season. I'm thinking of as a whole is okay. So real quick, I think my favorite episode is the ones that. Holy smokes! Oh my gosh, I'm back. Wow. God, gang, bells, gang. Can't believe that happened. Jeez. Caseta, I'm glad you told me it's lagging, because I had no idea that my phone shut off. It said it still had like a certain amount of percentage on it, which wasn't bad. It was low, but for whatever reason, it just died. Phone died. Crazy. Well, anyway, if you're still there, or I'm back. That was so crazy. That was a first. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed our time here. Please like and subscribe. And stay tuned for when I do other practice videos. Or any videos for that matter, because I'm going to start going live with... I'm going to start going live this week. Probably tomorrow I'll start doing live artwork on here. I think the more I can promote myself with my art, the better. Practice videos just because it's my own personal thing I like to do. But it's not necessarily what pays the bills right now. So. That's fun. A little metal. That could be something I could practice too, is just licks like that. That's a Paul Gilbert thing. Let's see, he goes... What is it? No. I think so, something like that. Yeah. That's what it takes sometimes. Not sometimes, that's what it takes. Period. The end. You've got to sit here and play these things over and over until they sound proper. Yeah. Ba 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 boom ba boom ba. Let's spend some time on that one. I like that. Metronome is important. Ba ba ba. I'm starting to finally feel it. Not bad, not bad. Now, I think I've definitely delineated off of the Pebber Brown Daily Practice Routine Module 1, Part 1. Maybe I should retitle that, actually. I think I'm going to, because the Pebber Brown module, I do not have right now. I tried looking for it. I thought I had it. I don't have it on paper. But what I was doing was playing along with him on a side screen here. So, and part of that practice was this neoclassical, what he calls neoclassical practice run. So he's going to go from on the E string, high E string, first string, with a downstroke, upstroke, downstroke on E4 fret, and then open E7. So it'd be 4 and 7. The fret's 4, fret 7. Open in between each one of them. But also the picking you need to pay attention to as well. So it's down, down, up, down. And we'll take it easy with it like this with the metronome. It's always harder to practice stuff slow. But it's super good. You can pay attention to everything you're doing. Then we're going to move the same position up, 1 fret, 1 half step. So now it's going to be open 5, 8. Back and forth, so we'll do them back and forth. Bouncing back and forth between the two. Just like that. You get comfortable with one string, move to the next one. Stay here a while and get used to it. Talk about dry practice, man. This is it. Find your comfort zone. I just about found it. Move. Sometimes my fingernail will slip. Get a fart note like that. Caseta, let me know if you're in the chat. Caseta Otter. Let your presence be known. Let your presence be known, Caseta Otter. Another fart note. My fingernail hits the string. This was a clip it. Next string. Now we got A string. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, I just changed up my picking hand a little bit. Now it's a little more swishy. I changed the angle of my pick, so. Get in the zone. Total control. So, should have breathed while you do this. Be dynamic with it. Man, see how I kind of curled my finger this way, or my hand, I'm sorry. My fingers are curled about that way. Totally different dynamic. Now, okay. Exhausted that one pretty good. Man, all right. That was a good one. Good. All right, back to that. Back to that Paul Gilbert lick, where it's I think I'm gonna stick with the middle finger. I was doing ring finger earlier, but I like the middle finger. Something seems a little more comfortable with it. Wow. So yeah, what I've noticed is you got to be really tight with it. Not tense, but tight. as in close quarters here. The more you exaggerate what it is, you know what I mean? You gotta really keep it in a small space. Especially right hand. Watch your left hand too. These movements shouldn't be rushed. I mean, they should be, I know I'm playing it fast, but they should be kind of, it's a feel thing. You should really feel them on the tips of your fingers. Your fingers will just fall in naturally where they want to go. And that's why I practice the 1, 2, 3, 4s. Leaving every finger behind, all that stuff, because it gives you a sense of control on it. Oof. Need a lot of work. I'm also playing this acoustic too. I feel like whatever I'm playing for electric guitar or designed for electric guitar should be, you know, should be good for acoustic guitar. So when I do get an electric, it might be really easy. It might come really naturally. If I can master it on, you know, acoustic and then do it on electric, it might just fly with it. Electric is very sensitive too, because you're plugged into something, you know. It's all about the feel of it. So different there. There we go. Upstroke. It's important. This one's more challenging because it's so thin. It's harder when you gotta keep moving it. Whew. Let's slow this down a little bit. See, I'm still scuffing it up, going up. That wasn't too bad. This is where I struggle the most right here, probably. It's really tight. Okay, not bad. I think that's pretty good for an hour and a half. I want to thank everyone that came in through here. The Caseta Otter, we were chatting the most. I really appreciate you. Caseta, I don't know, boy or girl, whatever. It's a pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to talk to you. I hope you subscribe, like, and we'll see you next time in my practice routine daily. I'm on here every day around the same time. So we'll chat later. Farewell.